Welcome to the news at 3:30. My name is Abigail Akofa Adase. Coming up in the news bulletin, Vice President Dr. Bawumia's mother has died at the age of 81. Chief says there is nothing wrong with Mahama's do or die comment. The Mahama is telling Akufo that impunity breeds criminality and violence. The Fiame pursues government over non-completion of community day senior high schools. Then Kwesi Pratt quizzes and says that Guinea coup d'etat where was ECOWAS when Alpha Conde amended the constitution. Chief says Akufo's government was in 47 years. NDC to release Do or Die campaign song. This one is coming from Sami Jemfim. And then MPP communicator bans Abranya DC, or he pounds on Abranya DC over irresponsible remark against Farida, daughter of John Dramani Mahama. Do foreign news where Guinea opposition warns against sanctions on a junta. And then Tunisian President Kais Saied indicates plans to amend constitution. South Africa announces COVID-19 vaccine passport plans. Will bring you sports and then some entertainment stories. And all this will sum up the 30-minute news bulletin. Now the stories in details. The Vice President, His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has this morning lost his mom. Now, she had been unwell and hospitalized over the past few weeks. May Allah admit her to Jannah, Ina Lihai, and so on. That was what Asasi Radio posted on Facebook. Hajia Mariam fondly called Mami was born on September 15, 1939 and died at the age of 81. Now, she died 2 days away from her 82nd birthday. Vice President Bawumia, in a birthday message to his mother in 2019, described her as caring and then supportive. According to the Vice President, he owed his success to his mother, who together with his late father laid a firm foundation for him. Hajia Mariama Bawumia is native of, that is Kasempe, in the West Mamprusi district of the Northeast region, and was one of the first northern female students who have gained admission to the prestigious Westlake Girls Senior High School in Cape Coast in the Central region. The chief of Mfrante in the Ejura-Seche Dumasi municipality of the Ashanti region has thrown his support behind former President John Dramani Mahama over his do or die comments, which sought to charge his party's agents to be extremely vigilant at the next polls. Nana Teche Bobo III says he says nothing wrong. Presidential candidate of the National Democratic Congress last week. Now, he expressed this sentiment on Sunday, September 12, when the former president called on him at the start of his two-day tour of the Ashanti region as part of his nationwide thank you tour. Now, he asked the former president not to be discouraged by the reaction the statement has generated because he foresees good times for him. Nana Seche Bobo III attributed a spine on the do or die statement to detractors who only imputes negativity to whatever the three-term NDC leader says or does. Former President Mahama visited the Mfrante community to also commiserate with families of NDC supporters who were involved in an accident during the 2020 campaign trail. Former President John Dramani Mahama is of high expectation that persons found culpable in the Ejura shooting incident will be duly punished. Now, his concern comes ahead of the release of the report by a three-member committee set up to investigate the circumstances that led to the killing of 2 persons and the injury of 4 others. Now, the 2020 presidential candidate of the NDC says videos captured of the Ejura incident show security personnel refused to act right. Now, the former president said in an address to the people of Mfrante at Ejura, where he started a thank you tour of the Ashanti region. In June, 2 people were allegedly killed by the military, while 4 others were injured after some protesting youth of Ejura-Seche Dumasi clashed with the military and the police. Now, the youth were protesting the murder of the 40-year-old Ibrahim Mohammed, a.k.a. Kaka. Mr. Mahama believes the failure of the president to punish persons indicated or indicted in the commission report on the Yawasu West Ogamba election incident is the reason for the recent election-related shootings. According to him, the medical Superintendent of Ejura Government Hospital, Dr. Mensa Manya, has been victimized for testifying before the Justice Committee. Mr. Manya has been transferred to a health center, which Mr. Mahama regards as demotion, stating this breaches good governance, ethics, and impedes the development of the country. Meanwhile, JDM was at Ejura. Let's take a listen to what people over there had to say about his visit.
Revolution as a long way to go. Baraka to stay.
West End 100.3 FM. West End 100.3 FM. West End 100.3 FM.
So that was from the people of Ejura. So whatever you do, GM is coming. That is their message. Away from that, the Member of Parliament for South Nine, Roxanne Nelson Dafiamekwo, has sued the government over its failure to complete the 200 community days in a high school project initiated by the John Dramani Mahama administration. Now, the MP, in his right, argued that the governing New Patriotic Party's failure to complete the projects constitutes misuse and waste of public funds and property. Now, he is therefore demanding an order directing the government to complete the project. Mr. Dafiamekwo is also seeking a declaration that the government's failure to make use of all the 46 community senior high schools constructed by the previous government constitutes a contravention of Articles 35(7) and 41(f) of the 1990 Constitution of Ghana. Former President John Dramani Mahama, during the 2012 electioneering campaign, promised to build 200 new community days in high schools in underserved communities across the country to enhance access to education. Now, the Mahama administration, however, completed part of it, and the rest, which Mr. Dafiamekwo is suing the government to complete. Seasoned journalist Kwesi Pratt Jr. has slammed ECOWAS leaders for not acting proactively to avert the coup d'etat in Guinea. President of Guinea, Alpha Condé, changed the constitution of this country, or his country, resulting in the current military insurgents. Now, he was on Sunday, September 5, 2021, detained by soldiers led by a former French legionnaire, Lieutenant Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya. Now, the soldiers indicated they have dissolved the country's constitution that would have permitted President Condé to run for a third time after serving for 10 years. Addressing the Guinean coup d'etat, Mr. Pratt wondered why the ECOWAS leadership stood aloof and watched the president to amend the constitution when his tenure was over. Mr. Pratt advised African leaders to take decisions that will positively impact the lives of their citizens to avoid any kind of anarchy. Let's take a listen to him.
In CEO Guinea-Bissau, Nana. Guinea. Asru Guinea and Asru Guinea-Bissau.
Of Abadasi. Thank you for the correction.
Edikai. Na, ananasa. Me kind of one crata nibi. Na debia. madwene kɔsi so paa yɛ interview bi a Ambassador DK Osei Emai. Ambassador DK Osei na odi akutiri wɔ Rollins Abam. Ekyire no osan bɛyɛ ɔmampanin dada ɛyɛ Kufuor ne trɔtrɔfo ni so. Na wadi ambassador ɛwɔ Guinea Pen. Na nadafo paa so ne President Alpha Conde a yɛtuni. Ambassador Dick Osei as a man worker. Or say 2 months ago, I know who said Niasi Ogini no Ibesi. Now Okoda Danfo, I hear President Alpha Conde ho and Kudin Komo. And Komo no more no catch Alpha Conde say, and no man no way no, they are some beba. Tikebeya consacrable. Or say someone Alpha Conde catch and say, oh no, Yantun is Swabada. It's no better than near 1 year. So
West End 100.3 FM.
Ocean Noma Alpha Conde year in Guinea. A time. And that is what Ubia Soso. Echo was in Pedifo Mukoshi and Linda Ninin and say, no one said the Alpha Conde year and the Assembeba. Ubia New Yasi Habebia, one who sent the Alpha Conde year at the Assembeba. Obi anim said the Assembeba, that's some kese so that the beba. Masa, who cried you would tell you, what do you feel? Por 83. What the first term? What the second term? What's the change of Meko term? O man in Brapos, we knew who coins or quartet or Meko.
Almost a crowd term, there's how I change where they were.
Oh, 5-year term.
Abba!
What do you fear do? What's the Meko? Was a brown crowd in Mamma Sano? Meko. Wouldn't you bufu cratching Libya or plan across of Beko 4 term?
As a 3 national.
3 national Beko 4 term at 83. A day.
A prophet
will be a force with me. Now, and some new me and Sebi a Dibisa.
West End 100.3 FM.
A France for television, no more friends and crowd.
CFI na.
There be no CFI. Oh,
Damboya.
Oh, no nipa mapa.
So that was Kwesi Pratt Jr. Now, the chief of Ejimako Edu Yao in the Ejimako Enyane CM district of the Central Region, Nana Obwedum, has described Kufuor's government as the worst in 47 years. According to the chief, he has not witnessed the level of poor governance by the current NPP administration in his 47 years as an educationist. Now, the National Communications Officer of the largest opposition National Democratic Congress, Sami Jemfi, has hit back at critics who have spoken against ex-President John Mahama's do or die comment. This follows calls for President Mahama to apologize for making such remarks. He's been speaking, he said, who was speaking in a one-on-one interview, he said there is no need for the former president to apologize because he said nothing wrong. Meanwhile, Sami Jemfi has urged party communicators not to talk about the do or die comment again and rather concentrate on the bread and butter issues. Let's take a listen.
It is about the elections. Everyone can be do or die will never die because do or die has come to stay. Why won't you see no? Your opinion. Yes. Me do or die. 2020 Yokotwaba. Yet say NPP fua omukita botone bags. Ballot paper, area security material, election material. Easy phone one was a ballot paper dibino. Omo mukita ballot papers nibi. No matam print ya mo mampenyo Kufuor. Ni na joma ma de ba kokore ni. O mampenyo Kufuor don one ya tam print ya man. And na easy for stamper omo office nkwa no mo yusu no. Eno na okoto aba ye ma ballot paper na ya mo ani say na ye de stamp e chire no. And then excessive ballot paper
100.3 FM.
Because Kotokone has a bobo be as you do or die. You do or die for house fans, you do or die for Kotoko fans, and not just say you go to try and once again. Ghana, you need team Buke or Boboa. You say you do or die match when you very new do or die, and just say you they are making and they say Kotoko for slogan there. sports journalist e free na ko beka kuma pema pembe bia wasi ya chill because kuma pema pembe na yeso be say yenko kum nipa.
That is from Sami Jemfi, now member of the communication team of the ruling New Patriotic Party, Maxwell Mahama, in Sunyani East has lambasted Bronya DC for some irresponsible comments made against the daughter of John Dramani Mahama, Farida Bono, regional chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Kwame Bafu, popularly known as Bronya DC, reacting to former President Do or Die comment, said if the former president's intention is for people to die during the election, then his daughter will be the first. But the communication officer that is a member of the communication team, Maxwell Mahama, said that Bronya DC should have known better. You're still listening to news out here on Western Radio 100.3 FM. Now to sports. Young Ghanaian striker Felix Afena-Gyan scored the only and decisive goal for AS Roma when they hosted Sassuolo at the Tiguria Park on a match day 2 of Italy's Primavera 1 championship. Now, after an intense, entertaining first 45 minutes produced 3 yellow cards, Felix Afena-Gyan gave Roma the breakthrough when he broke the dreadlock in the 59th minute to register his first goal of the season. Andre Ayew played his first league match in Qatar's top flight on Sunday, 12 September 2021, and helped reigning champions Al Sadd to pose with a 2-0 win over Al Salia. Now, the Ghanaian captain lasted the entire duration for Xavi's side at the Thani bin Jassim Stadium. Now, on 17 minutes, Ayew drilled a low, powerful shot that got deflected by Al Salia's Magdi Sadiq, but the goalkeeper that is parried the ball above the crossbar with a high jump as he fell backwards. Now, Al Sadd opened the scoring when unmarked Bulim Kuki deflected a low call that is crossed from Boneja into the Al Salia net. Exactly 10 minutes later, with low cross from the edge of the box, they scored a goal. Now to entertainment. Cinematographer Yao Skyface disagrees with Shatta Wale's comment about how much one should invest in music videos. Known for shooting substandard videos, should not be the one to evaluate the returns of good quality videos. Now, during a phone-in session, Yao Skyface shared thoughts about Shatta Wale's infamous comment of the week. Now, Yao Skyface went on to walk about the investments and great strides that music directors have made in a bid to match up the quality of their Nigerian counterparts. Now, he also mentions that how much you spend on a music video does not necessarily transfer to patronage of virality. Content, concept, and visual angles work alongside an extensive budget for a good music. So, on entertainment, gospel singer King Edward is set to celebrate his 29th year in music. Legendary King Edward is a Ghanaian Nzima-based song composer, songwriter, and then a gospel musician who hails from Samenya suburb in the Jomoro municipality of the western region of Ghana. He is among, that is the few, who believe in the beauty of Nzima culture and dialect. So inspiring their world through his music. The breakthrough music frontliner King Edward will celebrate his achievement of his music journey this year. But we have him on the line to give us more details on that. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Ms. Akusa.
Yes, please. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay. You are set to celebrate your 29th year in the music industry. Why are you celebrating this 29th year in music? What is so special about this one?
Thank you, Mrs. Akusa. But those who are closer to me have known that I wouldn't have made it to this time. I nearly lost my life within the year. And so it's a way of thanking God that He has given back my life. And then I'm still moving on as a musician. And therefore, I need to celebrate this to crown all that the Lord has done for me.
Okay, you need to celebrate this to thank God for all that He has done for you. What are the activities that will mark this day?
Thank you. We will start the program next month. On the 7th will be a cleanup exercise throughout the whole town.
Okay.
Then the next day will be a performances by all local artists. Then the next day, being Saturday, in the evening, all churches at Sami too will be gathered to minister to God. Then on Sunday, I take the floor myself to celebrate the whole program.
Okay. We learned you have a collaboration with Nana Safo-Njeni and then Formula alongside. What is this song about?
Thank you. It's talking about enzymers to be proud of themselves. And then henceforth, whatever you see going against the enzymers, you are to be the spokesperson for the enzymers. We are to put things right for the enzymers. Because no one is coming to do all these good things that we see outside for we the enzymers, unless we the enzymers take it upon ourselves. So it's a wake-up call to all the enzymers that henceforth we should begin to do things right for our own, because no one is coming to do on our behalf or to do it for us.
Okay. But what do you have to say about Nana Safo-Njeni with your collaboration and all that? What do you have? Any fond memory of Nana Safo-Njeni, why you brought him on your album?
In fact, the man started music when I was not even born. And since my childhood, I've been listening to the man's music. Unfortunately for me, when I began going into music, I've met the man one-on-one. Okay. And in fact, he carries a message that will never go out or will never be wiped out, because he speaks good things. You see, some of us are coming out with messages whereby we find it very difficult to explain to our kids. If your child asks you, Dad, you said this in the song, what does that mean? We will begin to fumble. Yeah, but this man is not like that. And when he got to know my music, in fact, he took me as a child in music. Okay. So I propose that we do something to bring the enzymers to the limelight. And say, yeah, this is what I've been saying on radio, so we better do. So in fact, Nana Safo-Njeni, he's more than a mentor, though he wasn't the one who led me into music, but I'm learning a lot. And I don't want the man to go away before we begin to celebrate him. No, he needs to be celebrated while he's alive.
Okay. I would like to speak a bit of Nzima, but what do you have to say about this current kind of musicians that are coming up?
You would like me to say this in Nzima?
Yes, you can say it in Nzima.
Okay.
But you would have to speak in Zima before I let you go, though.
I'll do that. Okay. I'll do that. All that I'm saying is we've got to leave a legacy. And what type of a legacy are we trying to leave? Because when we are no more, your music will still keep on living.
Okay.
Meaning you are dead, yet you are not. Therefore, if you don't leave a good legacy, people will, after you are dead or whereby you are not present, people will lambast you. Oh, this man, is he not the man who said this and that and that, excuse me? Meaning you are not learning anything from your music.
Okay.
But we have to use the opportunity we have had to teach the upcoming children.
Okay. But I hope they are doing well. The current trend of musicians, I hope they are doing well.
Doing well, as you said. But some of them need to be shaped.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Before I let you go, you'd have to give me a freestyle of your new song. But when are you having this celebration? When and then where? Yeah. Is it Saminye or is going to be?
Yeah, it's going to be at Saminye.
Oh, okay.
In front of the Catholic Church or the church premises.
Okay.
And it's going to be next month. The program itself will be 10th October.
Okay.
But we will start the celebration on the 5th. The 5th happens to be my birthday. So we start the program from the 5th to the 10th.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to start the program from 5th to
yes,
3rd. Okay, but you just give us a freestyle of this new song. And what is the title again?
Kanzima.
Okay.
Kanzima.
Okay, please give us a freestyle of it before I let you go.
Okay. Kanzima nyangubiye no yaboya mayemuala. Kanzima nyangubiye. Kanzima nyangubiyo no yaboya mayemuala. Kanzima nyangubiye. Suzuzima nyangubiyo. Jolezima nyangubiye. Falangwaso mazima. Shalonya mene manzima, shabaleta zima ne wuya, anga machia enyo, beledi zima ne bola, diye na tomenwo, fawazu kwanu wangu seseba. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ken Edward, for talking to Western Radio.
Thank you, Mrs. Akosa.
Okay. So that was a beautiful one from Ken Edward speaking on his collaboration between him and then Nana Safu and then Formula also came along, and then the title is Kanzima, Yuan Ntima, so you should speak Ntima, and you've heard him. There's going to be a lot of activities as Samenye, that is faith, and then faith, thereabouts over there, so you should just collab with him and celebrate with him. Now to foreign, a leading figure in the Guinean opposition on Saturday urged regional bloc ECOWAS not to impose economic sanctions on Guineans' new military regime, describing the recent coup as a welcome development. A former Prime Minister Cellou Dalein Diallo said the junta does not deserve to be sanctioned because it put an end to the situation of lawlessness. And then Tunisian President Kais Saied announced on Saturday night the appointment as soon as possible of a new government and mentioned a future reform of the constitution during a walkabout in Tunisia. Now, a new government will be formed as soon as possible after selecting their most honest personalities. That was what he said. And then the final one, the South African President Cyril Ramaphosa announced on Sunday his intention to introduce a vaccine passport amid widespread mistrust of the COVID-19 vaccine in the continent's most affected country. Now, in a televised address to the nation, Mr. Ramaphosa assured that the immunization of the adult population was a necessary prerequisite to fully reopen the economy and avoid a fourth wave of infections, while the number of cases has dropped sharply in the country. That's all with the news. A recap of the stories. Vice President Bawumia's mother has died at the age of 81. The chief says there's nothing wrong with Mahama's do-or-die comment. And Mahama is a lady who for the impunity breeds criminality and violence. The family pursues government over non-completion of community day senior high schools in Ghana. Kwesi Pratt quizzes the ECOWAS. He said, when Alpha Condé amended the constitution, where were they? The chief says Ekufodo's government works in 47 years. NDC to release the campaign song, and this one was also said by Sami Jemfe. And the NPP communicator pounds on Abronya DC over irresponsible remark against Farida, daughter of John Dramani Mahama Udu Foreign, where Guinea opposition warns against sanctions on the junta. Tunisian President Kais Saied indicates plans to amend Constitution. South Africa announces COVID-19 vaccine passport plans with its sport and then some entertainment stories. My name is Abigail Akofa Adasa. Do stay tuned and enjoy the rest of our program. Thanks so much for watching live on Facebook. Producer is DJ Kobe Stone. Thanks so much for being with me.
It's the news on your favorite station. West End 100.3 FM. The news on the hour.